Welcome back. Now, in the run-up to Budget 2023, we spoke to Sanjay Kumar, partner at Deloitte India, and Arun Singh, Chief Global Economist at Dun Bradstreet. So first, Mr. Sanjay Kumar, to you. Your views on digitalization and the challenges ahead for India's economy.
So, Sakshi, there has been quite a thumbs up for the Atmanirbhar as well as for the PLI scheme. The most of the companies for the those who have accessed the PLI scheme, they find that their top numbers, top line have gone up because of the incentive that they get. But while we are quite mindful of that, there is a demand for increasing the ambit of the PLI scheme because the many other sectors are asking for it. But one has to be also quite mindful that whether the money should be spent for the existing sectors, or government should think of how best to attract some of the strategic money for the strategic sector. Government did announce for the chip manufacturing, although according to me that's a very small number as compared to what the other countries have given, be it in Germany or in USA or in other places. While the allocation of money, if there are not many takers and you have some savings on that, could be diverted to expand the number of sectors that will, satisfy the demand from corporates which have not been part of the PLI. The second is that if you have some investable surplus, this is what, if the government has investable surplus, use it for some strategic sectors, because that should pay us dividends, not today maybe, but in the years to come. And that will be very, very important. We need to create some kind of ecosystem which will allow us to be the world leader in one or two, even if the entire value chain may be tough. A small segment of the value chain could itself be a good idea.
All right, Mr. Arun Singh, to you then, your views really on global headwinds and the challenges ahead for India's economy.
India remains the fastest growing largest economy in the world, but the intensity of the global spillover remains highly uncertain. If the contagion happens to be stronger than expected, the pace of recovery will be longer. Therefore, we expect GDP to grow by 6.8% in FY 2023 and 6.2% in FY 2024, whereas inflation is expected to remain high at around 6.7% in FY 2023 and moderate to 5.5% in FY 2024.
Right, Mr. Sanjay Kumar, then expectations from Budget 2023 really, and your message to the Finance Minister.
So, Sakshi, one recommendation I could also make, I'm not really sure whether the government would do it, is because just to bring the individual tax rate parity with the corporate tax rates. Another thing, the manufacturing tax rate is at about 15% for a newer company. Why not, and for a limited period of time, why not increase it? Because 5 years is a very, very small period of time for a nation. And why not make it longer? And, to encourage. There are a few more. One is that the private, the foreign banks or the bank or the foreign companies which want to situate itself in India, bring their commercial presence, they are charged to tax at about 30%. I'm not talking about the subsidiaries. I'm talking about if I want to open a branch or something. They are taxed at 40%, along with the surcharge, it comes to almost at 42-43%. That was the rate which was there when the general tax rate was, corporate tax rate was about 30%. Isn't this a time when the corporate tax rates have gone down by about 8-9% to also bring down in the same proportion the 42% tax rate, so as to encourage foreign investments to flow into India. because that would mean that we have more employment.
All right, and Mr. Arun Singh, your expectations from Budget 2023 then?
So, in fact, there are multiple suggestions and coming from various sections, but there are two things I just want to highlight. One, there are continued thrust expected on making India self-reliant and support to MSME, especially addressing the long-standing problem of delayed payment. What is required from the government side to mandate all the mini ratnas, maharatnas and navratnas to transact on the trades. Run a prompt payment program, add delayed payment as an indicator within the ease of doing framework. When countries are moving towards diversifying their supply chain, India should strongly focus on creating opportunity to attract investors' interest. We expect the government to extend the PLI schemes in other sectors as well. Accelerating efforts towards one district, one product scheme and linking this to what we call create export hubs and developing organized market for traditional products would create a growth centers. And that will basically help, self-reliance scheme what the government is trying to do this one. Creating this new growth center will be imperative to achieve the goal of becoming a higher middle income countries. To achieve this, rural infrastructure will have to be upgraded to enable market linkages and logistics. We expect government not only to announce the measures to come out of this recessionary trend, but also chart out some strategy for the next 5 years from a growth perspective.
All right, thank you both for joining us and of course sharing your Budget 2023 wish list. We'll be back after a short break with more news and updates.